Okay guys, just a quick heads up on something that you might find useful. I just watched a video from Chucky 2009, I believe his name is, and he built some rod holders out of metal pipe. Well, 25 years ago, when I had my welding shop going, I built tubes to hold all my TIG rods and my brazing rods and all the 3-foot long rods. Alright, now I just ordered another box of aluminum, and here is what I built 25 years ago. Just standard PVC. And this is the heavy wall stuff. I was going through, of course I was using a lot of welding rods, so I needed something that'll last. And it's 2.5 inch, I think. No, this is 2 inch. This is 2 inch heavy wall PVC. Now you just cut it 3 foot long or 40 inches long, whatever you want, so that you got extension, and just glue it all together. And it's rust proof. It kept the moisture out, and like I said, I built these 25 years ago. And then, as you can see, I labeled both the cap and the main tube so that I keep the fit. Because you have to grind out or sand out the coupler so that it will slide on nice and easy. Now that was the heavy duty version, and I did it for all my aluminum. I did it for my stainless steel, and here's the lid for the stainless steel, and I put the size that I would hold in there so I knew exactly what was in each tube. Now when I had a whole stack of those, I was throwing them on a shelf, and then I had to go shuffle through the stack to find them. So what I did later on was I just took a piece of light gauge sheet metal, 16 gauge I think, and then tack welded it on the edge of my welding bench in the shop, and then blew some holes in it, and then just dropped the tubes in there so they sat at an angle like that. And then I just pulled the top off, took out the rods I needed, put the top back on, and I was good to go. So, you know, I just had them sitting like that. And when I saw Chucky's video, it dawned on me that you guys might be interested in this for holding all your brazing rods or your TIG rods or whatever. And the thing is, you can also size it down to a short version to hold your electrodes. So you just make the same configuration, but you just make it as long as a welding rod with just a cap to go on and off. You're good to go. So I went to the hardware store and I found that they have light gauge thin wall. Now this is 1.25 inches, and you can see it's thin wall. I cut it 36 inches, and then I cut off what I wanted, and then just glued the couple of end caps on, glued on the coupler, and then I took sandpaper and my pocket knife, and I just reamed out this edge so that it just fits on just a little snug. So now I've got another rod holder that I can take that brand new box of TIG rod I just bought. And everything goes right in there. Sometimes you gotta jostle it a little bit to get it to go down. And take the caps. Oops. Oh, anyway. For some reason I'm having trouble getting the cap over the rods. They fit in the tube, they should fit, the cap should fit over it. I think I'm going to have to deburr that inner lip. I think that's the inner lip that's holding it back. It looks like it's just a little bit bigger. I didn't clean that out. But you get the idea. Oh well. Best laid plans. I suppose I could just take some rods out of there and she'll fall in. But you get the you get the general idea. And I got it set so it'll sit like that, giving a little room off the top of the rods. And I got my tubes. I can take out some rods here, give myself a little free play. Best laid plans. Yeah, I gotta take that ridge out of there. There's from the coupler. I'm gonna have to take that ridge out of there from the coupler. Oh, that didn't help any. I bent one. There it went. There it went. Okay, now we got it. But now I'll label this aluminum and whatever size rod that is. I think that's 3/32. But it's nice and neat and easy to keep, and I can store it on a shelf or make another rack. It's that simple. And it was cheap. You know, I don't remember what all the prices were, but I just grabbed a 10-foot length of 1.25 inches, and I think next time I'm going to grab 1.5 inches. And a bunch of couplers and caps. Now, the caps you don't have to do anything with except glue them on. The coupler, you will have to sand out the inside on the one side that slips onto the tube, because if you don't, it's too tight and it'll bind up on you. So you're going to have to ream that out, and from what I can see now, I've got to ream that inside edge just a little bit to make it exactly the same ID as the tube. But there you go. Simple. It won't rust. It won't, it'll break if you smash it hard enough against something, but like I said, those heavier ones, they've lasted me over 25 years. So, there you go. And you know about this, you know, you just get some cleaner and some all-purpose glue and glue them together and you're good to go. Just an idea that you might be interested in, guys. Hope you like it. Thanks. Bye-bye.